It's Coffee at the Matinee with Casey and Dave.
Yeah.
What are we doing? We're doing something you saw. This is something I haven't seen this one.
No, good for you.
Yeah. I occasionally have standards. But we're doing... You're talking about Fast and the Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw.
Or Calvin and Hobbes.
Calvin and Hobbes and Coleslaw?
Yeah. Yeah, the Cars movie, but without the talking cars.
I don't know. The Rock and Jason Statham seem to have all the personality of cars. Like actual cars in the real world.
Yeah, Jason Statham, I would have loved if he just didn't talk.
I didn't. It's funny because I don't mind him in The Meg. Because he plays up the cheesy dipshit as best as he can.
Yeah, like that works. Because that's all he is.
Alright, so Fast and the Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw.
And Deadpool.
And
Kevin Hart.
What was the movie about?
It was about the title.
Man. Okay.
It explored the background of these two characters who are apparently pretty well stapled into the Fast and Furious movies.
I've never seen any of them, so sure.
Neither have I.
Okay.
So this was great for me. It essentially, we learn about Shaw's background.
Which one's Shaw?
Shaw is Statham.
Okay.
And we learn about his sister and his mom, and that's it.
Cool.
That's that's the glue that holds the plot together. Is the fact his sister exists. That is what holds everything together.
How many horses died for that glue? God damn it.
None, because it was made out of water. There was no horses involved. Just pure water. And maybe some,
spit.
Vaseline.
Some spit.
Yeah. No lube.
Keep going. Keep telling us about this amazing movie.
Alright, I'll give you my first reactions as soon as I walked out. I don't want to, give a plot quite yet. I want to give a reaction.
Give a plot.
I will. After I give my reaction. Because it's very quick. So, we went to see this movie on a double date. We saw it in IMAX. Yeah, apparently it warranted an IMAX theater somehow.
Sorry.
And my initial reaction right after the film was I would have rather sat through The Lion King again.
Oof. Ouch. Jesus.
And Abby looked at me and was like, yep, that's Fast and Furious for you.
Yeah. Paul Walker got the best deal out of a lot of them.
Yeah, he ended his career on a crash and a bang.
On a high note, I'd say.
Anyway. Alright, I could sum this movie up in about a sentence.
I think that's what the actual script looked like too, probably.
No, there was at least 4.
4 post-it notes taped together.
Yes, and it was just 4 different lines that each character said over and over and over again.
Great.
The one I picked out was the sister. I don't remember her name. Jason Statham, whatever the fuck his name is. Shaw's sister.
I thought he was Hobbs.
No,
I've already forgotten.
Hobbs is the Rock.
Okay.
I remember that because Hobbs is like a cob, and cobs are hard, and the Rock. These are the lengths I needed to go to remember these names.
God.
And he's the only name I remember. Shaw is out the window. It was either Calvin and Hobbes, or it was the car movie.
Corn on the cob and coleslaw.
Yeah. I went to a really expensive barbecue.
I've been to really expensive barbecues, and they're at least satisfying.
This wasn't.
I need to try.
Yeah, same here. I should have gotten one, but I wasn't buying an overpriced movie drink. Yeah, I needed alcohol to get through it.
Because what did I do? I saw Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and I had to drink before that.
We're 5 minutes in. We're already talking about literally anything else.
Because what else can you say about a Fast and the Furious movie?
I got a few things listed down here that I thought were hilarious.
So basically, it begins off. His sister works for this like super secret agent team.
Insert
stabs herself
Insert
with
name here.
stabs herself with the super serum that in 48 hours will dissolve and kill her, and then it will vaporize and kill the entirety of Earth.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they were saving the world. It's the saving the world plot, and they made sure that you knew they were saving the
Oh
world.
my god. Wait. Stop.
It gets better.
Stop. She injects herself with super MacGuffin serum,
Yes.
which will in 48 hours will kill her,
Yes.
and then somehow
Vaporize.
and kill the world.
Yes.
No.
That's what happened. That's not even the worst part. Like, she did it.
Dave, my head hurts.
Like, it was motive. The motive behind it was good. It was probably the second best part of the movie. Was the opening. Like, the beginning and then the closing were the two best parts. One was because, oh, okay, she's a good guy, but looks like a bad guy. The ending was because it was over.
Right. Okay.
Oh, and when they went to Samoa was pretty awesome. But that's because there was plot.
My least favorite Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, they're the best. They get stuck in your teeth, and you'll never forget they're there.
That's not a rousing recommendation, Dave. Anyway.
But she does it this way. The bad guy, Idris Elba, can't get it, essentially. So she kills herself.
But he already has superpowers.
Yes, but all right. Here's the thing. Earlier, I was laughing because Thanos.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he has the exact same motive as Thanos in this.
Are you kidding?
No. Except it's not half. It's not really clear on what he wants, but he understands that he is the epitome of humanity because of all these robotic attachments and evolutions, air quotes, that he has been given. So he believes that he needs to kill off the population of the Earth that are weak in order to strengthen and bolster the strong.
So it's just like a terribly represented misunderstanding of survival of the fittest.
Yes. Actually, I wrote it down in here. I was like, Thanos like enemy.
It's not even, it's just natural selection of dissemination of traits.
Yeah. But that's who you're reminding me of, just a shitty Thanos.
Man, I didn't think it could get lazier, and then it did.
Yeah. Well, hold on.
But at any point in the movie, did they get fast and or furious?
There was one car chase through London, and that was they were all inside this like super fast car, you know, stock fast car.
Yeah.
They got fast. There was a little bit of drifting, you know, and then there was okay. Well, let's break into my list here.
Yeah, go into your notes.
All right. So towards the end, when they're in Samoa, and they're fighting the bad guy at this point,
right.
He's in a helicopter. They're in cars.
The natural prey of helicopters.
Yes, but it's a tow truck, so there's a hook on it, and they are really reaching for this Maui reference from Moana, because he takes a hook and he looks at it and he throws it, and he catches the helicopter.
Okay. All right.
And okay, it gets better.
I think you're lying, but go on.
I'm not. And then his ohana, if you will, his family comes up, and they start latching on to...
That's Hawaiian, Dave.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. But, they start latching onto each other's cars with hooks that they have attached to their vehicles, because the helicopter is starting to pull up the tow truck that's attached to it.
Right.
And I wrote down here, monkeys in a barrel, chain of cars, and chopper. So that's what it looks like. The chopper is pulling these cars out of a barrel. That's what it looks like. They're all linked together, and then they all put their NOS on. Their speed boost.
Yeah, nitrous oxide.
Yeah, and they pull the chopper down, and it explodes. And then they have the one-on-one fisticuffs battle with... he calls himself Black Superman.
Right, I remember that from the trailer.
Yeah, and they have a 1-on-1 with Black Superman.
2-on-1?
Well, actually, it ends up being 3-on-1.
Oh, superpower sister doing something?
Well, she's no longer superpowered. She's now... They've extracted that.
Of course. Yeah.
You know. And then
As you do.
at the very end, Idris Elba gets deactivated. And he falls off a cliff in dramatic style.
Deactivated, like turned off?
He gets turned off by this supercomputer.
Jesus Christ.
Which is like the big bad guy. Who apparently both Hobbs and Shaw know.
The computer's the bad guy?
Yes.
So it's like HAL 9000 from Space Odyssey.
But it's controlled by somebody.
Oh my god.
Like a big bad.
Oh my god.
This was all in one big information dump within the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But that's just the last 2 points. Last 3.
How much does it cost to make?
Way too much.
Because I imagine, like, the bulk of it, they're in front of some kind of green screen.
No, actually, it seemed like a lot of it was shot on
And
location.
you're probably wrong.
They were on an island. There was like maybe 4 shooting locations.
You can do anything with green screens.
Not disagreeing, but it didn't look like a green screen. But there was a lot of CGI.
Jesus Christ.
How much did they drop on it?
200 million.
Not enough, because that all went into cars and explosions.
And
The Rock.
yeah, The Rock. It made 437.
Yeah, it's one of the largest opening weekends. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I got more. Alright, Ryan Reynolds is in it.
Okay.
He's a CIA agent.
I thought you were joking about Deadpool, but okay.
No, Deadpool's in it, because they basically copy and pasted Deadpool's lines
Mm-hmm.
from that script and just put it into this. Like, that's the level of humor.
Okay.
And every other sentence out of Ryan Reynolds is a Game of Thrones reference.
Cool.
Yeah. And then at some point, The Rock says, "What in the fresh turkey hell is going on?"
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, that's the line that stood out to me. What in the fresh turkey hell is going on here? Let that sink in.
No, nope. I'm not. I don't want it to.
I don't even know when it was said. I don't remember.
What in the fresh? You're sure that's the line?
Yes, I wrote it down immediately after I heard it. What in the fresh turkey hell is going on? That was the most interesting line.
Okay. I don't even know how to unpack that.
You don't. It just is. You just let it be.
It's just like dog shit on the sofa. You don't know what to do with it.
No.
You just burn the sofa.
And that was the best line. Because the sister...
That's the best line.
Yeah, it is.
It's the one that makes
no sense.
the least amount of sense. Alright.
It describes the movie.
Yeah, I bet.
What in the fresh turkey hell is going on?
No, this was like a weird ice cream ad. The Fresh Turkey Hill.
No, it was hell.
Nope. It's product placement. Now it's canon.
I'm
It's product placement. It's his love for ice cream. For
well,
Fresh Turkey Hill ice cream.
you gotta bulk up somehow.
Or was this The Rock that said it?
Yeah, it's The Rock.
Oh.
So like this big bulky guy saying this most ridiculous line, which is kind of like on brand for him.
I hate The Rock so much.
I love him. I hated him in this movie though.
I hate him in life.
Oof.
Like,
Oh, you'll like this one.
no, I won't.
This is another line. This one's a little bit more rough. Because I didn't I heard it and then I had to let it sink in for a half a second to make sure I heard it correct. But I hacked the mainframe of all the media pages to control the story. That's what the bad guy said. Like one of the bad guy's minions.
Yeah.
Immediately reminded me of someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very Breenish.
Yeah. But in a $200 million movie. Somebody was
That was
paid.
an actual line.
Somebody was paid to write that.
Because it's just one of those boilerplate sentences
Yep.
that means absolutely nothing, but people will infer so much from it because of the times.
Yeah. Exactly.
Unbelievable.
And then I think the coup de grace on top of all the lines was the fact that they kept insisting that Shaw's sister was a strong, independent woman.
Of course.
But they basically reduced her down to a fighter, nothing more.
Well, that's a strong, independent woman.
Yes. And she said the same line over and over again, was, "Are you new here?"
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, she was new in the franchise, I guess.
Yep. I guess that's the joke.
Oh my god.
And then she would proceed to beat the shit out of the person that she asked if they were new.
Of course.
Yep. Alright, I got more.
Oh my god.
There was 2 testicle jokes before anything exciting happened.
Like as a rule throughout the movie, or just
No, like they had 2 big made it a point testicle jokes, and then they went to Samoa.
okay.
And that's when stuff started happening, like action and stuff like that. But it took 2 testicle jokes to get there. I thought that was interesting. Because after that, there was no more testicle jokes.
Well, yeah, because you can only really do 2.
Yeah.
1 per.
One was really bad.
I'm sure they were both really bad.
No, the other one I don't remember, but this one was, I think it was, they were talking about how they hated each other's faces, Shaw and Hobbs.
Okay.
Shaw hated Hobbs' face, who is The Rock, and The Rock hated Shaw's voice, who is Statham. I agreed with Hobbs. I hate Shaw's voice, but
I fail to see how this is a setup for anything.
hold on, I'm getting there.
It's a journey. It's a journey.
So Shaw said that whenever he sees Hobbs' face, it makes him want to drag his testicles across glass.
What?
Something along those lines. Don't quote me for that.
No, that's probably like a direct quote because that's.
I might have had them mixed
Right.
around. One of them definitely said
It
something about
doesn't-
testicles
it
and
doesn't matter.
glass.
It's all stupid.
So, yeah, there's that.
Great. I
Um,
feel fulfilled.
oh, and then this kind of caught me by surprise because they got onto an airplane and
Mhm.
then they figured out who the air marshal was.
Okay.
And the air marshal was Kevin Hart.
Oh my god.
And his name was Dinkley because he's short. There was short jokes galore because The Rock is like a fucking giant. And
So wait, why is it funny that his name was Dinkley?
because he's small. I don't know. He's dinky?
Okay.
I don't know.
That makes no sense.
I was trying to like figure it out, and that's like the level of intelligence that we're working
unless
with.
they're trying to like, oh, it sounds like Dinklage.
Well,
and
you
he's
never
a
heard
dwarf,
of Dinky?
therefore- No.
Like super dinky?
No.
No?
No.
Well, that's what I thought. Regardless, that wasn't like the main focus. It was
It is now.
Kevin Hart made a fart joke. Not a surprise.
That's his career.
But he says he works in a can of ass because he works on a plane.
And it smells like a can of ass?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's like trying to convince Shaw and Hobbs to bring him along on the field work. And he's like, "You got to get me out of this can of ass."
I mean, granted, I've only ever been on one plane in my life, but it didn't smell like ass. Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, and they make a season 8 joke, a season 8 Game of Thrones joke.
Of course I do.
Yeah.
Because it's relevant.
This was basically an addition onto Game of Thrones. Like, that's how many Game of Thrones jokes were throughout this thing. It's like another episode.
Well, of course, because, British, therefore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's my list.
Dave. This sounds awful.
It was terrible.
It sounds awful, and honestly, fuck you for supporting it.
I didn't buy the tickets.
Fuck you for supporting it.
I am talking down on it. He gets a -2 out of 10 on my... You have turned... I've always wanted to see...
You can't do negatives.
Okay, well, you get a 0.1.
Decimals.
Out of...
It gets a 1 out of 10.
No, not even a 1. You know what? We're doing this because I hated this movie so much. And I feel like I wasted 2 hours of my time. So, you're not even going to get rated.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, no. Nope, not even a rating.
Yeah, it doesn't even sound like there was anything to be rated. It's just dumb bullshit.
Like, I would have accepted dumb bullshit. This wasn't dumb bullshit. Like, I could have written this script, and I've never written a script.
It's just more franchise bullshit. Franchise cinematic universe knockoff bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because nobody wants original things. They just want more and more sequels.
Like, I can't even be like, yeah, the trailers in the beginning were good. Because they weren't.
Okay, well, what do you want?
Oh, wait, no. I lied. It Chapter 2 was a trailer. It was an okay trailer. They didn't, like, put one of the good ones.
I'll agree. It was a trailer.
It... Like, they hinted at the grandma. That's what they did.
That's so funny.
They should have just showed it. That would have been the most exciting part of the movie, and it wasn't even part of the movie.
They'll show it for R-rated stuff. Like, I was in an R-rated... Like, I think it was Midsummer, and they showed that scene. They showed, like, the whole scene where she's being taunted by the old lady, and then the old lady just kind of barrels out of the hallway, buck-ass nude. Hands
down, creepiest part of that entire... It's terrifying.
It's gonna get creepier.
Oh, I know. I'm excited.
I just finished my annual rereading of it. So
we'll have to do a We Speak English on that.
I'm all ready for it.
All right.
So it was no rating.
No rating.
This barely qualifies as a movie.
I wanted to see Fast and Furious at least once. This turned me off from the entire franchise. I'm not even gonna touch it, and I will openly denounce it.
I will decry any affiliation with it.
I did not see that movie. I did not.
This says otherwise.
Unfortunately.
Yep. Good job.
I'm on the record now. Fuck.
Again, fuck you for supporting it.
Follow us on social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Like, subscribe. Tell your friends. Share this with them to convince them to go see something better.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Midsummer's still playing occasionally.
Stare at a wall for 2 hours.
I don't think that'll do it. I feel like you need to not only stare at a wall, but have a bag around your head to deprive yourself of oxygen while you smash yourself in the face with like a bottle.
So follow us on social media. Thank you for listening. Don't go see it. Bye.